How's it going, lads? Marshall here, and welcome back to the FUT Champions Road to Glory on FIFA 17. Today, we played 10 more games, but first up, I just want to thank you for your support on this series. It's sensational, and if you do enjoy this episode, remember smash a like on the video, and if you do want any cheap MSP, PSN, and even game codes, make sure you go over to g2a.com, use that code M89. Every single link that you will need is right there in the description below. So in terms of current standings right now, we've played 10 games for the first episode, 8 wins on the board, 2 defeats, which, looking back, I probably should have done a little bit better in those games. Goals scored 36, goals conceded 14, and goal difference plus 22. So lads, you already know the squad that we're rocking. Pogba and Ibra are tearing it up at this moment in time, so without any further ado, let's get into the games. So here we go then, lads. Our first opponent has Inaki Williams, Remy, and Max Gradel, but as you can see on the right hand side, chemistry 96. Whenever I see that and they're high up in the skill ratings, I believe, what the hell are they doing up here? They must be good on the game to have 96 chemistry and be able to compete with some of the top players. But we take a 2-goal lead in the second half. Ibrahimovic header just going over the line before he spreads it to Martial. Martial finds Pogba. Then this is lovely from Pogba into the area. McGeady spin, left foot, bottom bins. He doesn't miss those opportunities, lads. On this game, Pogba is so damn clinical. That ensues a rage quit. Now we have 9 wins out of a possible 11. In hindsight, I just wish I did better in those 2 games that we did taste defeat in the first 10 games. But that is that. That is in the past. We need to move on. In this competition, you have to move on, because if you dwell on the defeats, it niggles away at you, and with niggling defeats, you don't want to get in your brain that you're going to taste defeat in every single game. This one, in the second game of the day, we do get pegged back. It's 1-0 to my opponent before in the second half. Bill comes forward, finds Pogba, nice scoop turn. I do get very lucky, like he got lucky in the first goal. Then I cut it back to Martial, and Martial finds the bottom corner. It's 1-1. We're back in the game. It forces extra time. Very early on in extra time, he takes the lead. I thought I should mark the runner, but he took the long shot with De Rossi, and De Rossi smashes it home. Then we drill it across. As you know there, that was Lukaku who drilled that cross. And then Lukaku goes one-on-one with the keeper, and he makes it 3-2 in the game. Now, what I will say is my super subs are Musa, Lukaku, Ronaldo, Sanchez. They come in clutch so damn times. I take Ibra off, I take Modric off, and I take Martial off. And those 3 do so well in game. My next opponent has Aubameyang, Ibra, and Laudrup as his front 3. Again, saying that, as some people will see my team and think, what the fuck, I'm in for a tough ride. I thought, oh shit, we're going to taste defeat here. But no, we go 1-0 up. Ibrahimovic with the goal before he scores a corner goal. Very, very luckily, I cleared it, hits Aubameyang in the dig, and flies into the back of the net. Another McGeady spin by Pogba, and Pogba finishes off in extra time, in the first half of extra time. Lovely ball by Pogba. Then it's Musa, my super sub, to make it 3-1 in the game and close out the result. So on the score sheets, Ibra, Pogba, Musa, we now reach silver 2. We are on a roll, 11 wins out of 13. And I'm really happy at this stage. I'm really happy. Before we come against Pro Odyssey, Martial, Remy, Lucas, a very fast front 3, a very if I can say that right, problematic front 3, and it was causing me problems early on in the game, but we do take the lead. Like I said, it was causing me all sorts of problems when Martial smashes it home from like 25 yards. Second half comes along, great work by Martial. My Martial finds Ibrahimovic into the area, and he drives it into the bottom corner to make it 2-1 in the game. So again, it's squeaky bum time. We just win that game, and in the FUT Champions, you'll see these kind of results where you edge out game after game after game. If you can edge out those games, you'll finish high on the leaderboard. So that is what I was hoping for, to edge out the tight games, and that is what we're doing in this episode. Before we come forward, Ibrahimovic into the area, and again, he just drives it low into the bottom corner. Sometimes that's what you got to do. Either double tap or just add a little bit power on, and it will fly in the bottom corner. Modric gets the ball, cuts it back. Ibra makes it 2-0. In this episode, Ibra is on fire. Before we come forward, Pogba with a chance to score. That is a very lucky deflection off Kyle Walker into the back of the net. My opponent, he kind of loses his head at this stage, brings his keeper out, Martial, a nice little delicate chip over the keeper to make it 4-0, and again ensues another rage quit. A 9.4 rating for Ibra and a 9.4 rating for Pogba. In Silver 2, they're actually decent prices. Next up, Bays, he's got Inzaghi, Zola, Higuain, out of that front three. I thought the legends would have caused me the most problems, but no, it was bloody Higuain. A nice ball from him, out wide, then he cuts inside with Dembele, chips it back up. I did not expect that for the life of me. Higuain makes it 1-0 before, later on, we come forward, Martial scores and makes it 1-1. We are back in it, but no, another corner, another header. Higuain makes it 2-1 in the game. We are staring defeat in the face. Before I make my super subs, Pogba comes forward, cuts it across. Lukaku, with his first touch of the game, makes it 2-2. Before Renato Sanchez bursts forward, whips in a ball. It's Vidal. It's 3-2 in the game. Our super subs once again have come up clutch. We come forward, Gareth Bale on the ball, cuts inside and smashes it home on his right to make it 4-2 in the game. And what I will say about that one is my opponent, he was very good. He was very good. We move on. Silver 1. Happy days. 14 wins in the bank. Next up, we come up against Vitality Brian. Now, the Vitality boys in this game are pro players. This guy finished with 39 wins out of 40. That is a massive achievement. And straight away, we were pegged back in this game in extra time. Honestly, before extra time, I was doing very well. I was composed, I was getting chances, I just wasn't scoring. Before we make it 1-1 in the game, and I thought I had a chance to beat a pro player. 118 minutes comes along, De Bruyne whips in the ball to the back post, and Ibra makes it 2-1. Unfortunately, lads, we couldn't beat the pro player. On this occasion, we were very unlucky. He was probably the better player in the game, so hats off to Vitality Brian and congratulations on the 39 wins. Next up, Lacazette, Ben Arthur, Thiago. Now, a 4-5-1 formation on this game isn't always great, so when I come up against that formation, I lick my lips because I know I'm shite with the formation. I know my opponent possibly is shite with the formation, and in this game, that was the case. What a bloody goal. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, like I said earlier on, he's on fire this episode, and that was a sensational goal. Flicking it over his shoulder, smashing it in the back of the net. My opponent does rage quit, so we move on to the next game. We are still in Silver 1 with 15 wins. Next up, another Vitality guy. My good God, my luck. It's Vitality Nino, another pro player. We come against Bill, Remy, etc. He scores a corner. That is the only thing he did in the game. Score a corner. Now, I don't normally show my match stats at the end because it'll just drag the episode on. But look at that, lads. He had one shot, one on target. It was a corner kick. I wasn't happy. I really wasn't happy. I felt like I deserved to win that game. But unfortunately, once again, that's what pros do. They grind out results. And that is exactly what Vitality Nino did in that game. Then we come against Martial, Cavani, and Lucas. It's Lucas driving forward, whips the ball in, bang, back of the net. Pastore with the header to make it 1-0. Second half comes along, my super subs come along, and this is nice. Plays it out wide, and it's Martial to make it 1-1. I think in this game, I actually brought Bale off and brought Musa onto the right. Before cross comes into the area, it comes out to the edge. Renato Sanchez, that is sensational. That is sensational. Once again, coming up clutch, makes it 2-1, wins us the game. So we advance and we get another victory. Unfortunately, in this episode, we tasted 2 defeats, but right now, we are in Silver 1. Let's get on to the stats. So in terms of current standings, after losing 2 games out of another 10, we now have 4 defeats out of 20 games, 16 wins, goals scored 60, goals conceded 24, and a goal difference of 36. So in the next 20 games, we can kind of only afford to get beat 3 times in order to equal what we did last week, which at this stage is very unlikely. As for the overall standards for the monthly leaderboards, 49 wins, 11 losses, 159 goals, 67 conceded, and 83 goal difference. In terms of top goal scorer, Pogba now leads by 1 goal after Ibrahimovic scored something like 44 or something in total now. Then we have Sterling in number 3, top assist Pogba, then Ibra, then Coquelin, who kind of just holds on to that spot. Then we have the most man of the matches, Ibra and Pogba at dead level now, and we have Sterling coming in at number 3. Maybe I can use him as a super sub in the future. But lads, that will be about it for this episode. The team remains the same: Pogba, Ibra, Martial, Bale, Modric, Carvalho, Pepe, Boateng, Vidal, Alba, and Neuer. Lads, join me tomorrow for another episode of the FUT Champions Road to Glory. I hope you have enjoyed, and if you have, smash the hell out of that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new around here. And as always, lads, I will catch you all next time.